Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to American Pop Culture Series. I hope that all of you guys are having a wonderful day. So, I'm getting caught up on the last few episodes of The View. So, this is Friday's episode. And basically, it was really good, right? So, Joy said it was juicier than Law and Order. And I agree. So, District Attorney Fani Willis, who was in Georgia, she is being looked into and investigated because she had a juicy relationship, an affair, some might call it, with her co-counsel, Nathan Wade. Now, because she's paying him out of her office, which is a public office, taxpayer funded, and their relationship is, kind of, people were saying it was like a conflict of interest, right? So they were really probing into it. Other people think that it's a political witch hunt because she's prosecuting Trump for essentially trying to overturn the election in Georgia. And what makes it even juicier is the prosecutors who are investigating her. They are a married couple. They have a law firm together. And so after they played the clip of Fani on trial, or she took the stand, I should say, because she essentially said, I'm not on trial. These people who tried to overthrow the election are on trial. And so DA Fani is saying, as much as you guys are trying to put me on trial, as a political witch hunt, you can't do so. And so she also went on to say that the married couple who is prosecuting her and investigating her tried to implicate her and tried to assassinate her character by saying that they thought incorrectly, but they thought that her and Nathan had, were intimate the first night. And she's like, I take offense to that. And Joy, of course, being the comedian that she is, when they come back to the ladies after watching the clip, she's like, well, what's wrong with sleeping with somebody on the first date? Joy. Oh my goodness. Joy is a mess and a half. But they take it to Sunny, who of course is The View's legal expert. And she said that, they don't really have a case, right? This is just kind of political fodder because she is going after the former president of the United States, which is, the highest office in the world, essentially, right? The president is the leader of the free world. And so, with Trump being the Republican front runner, once again, going up against our current president, Joe Biden, that people are going to look into, DA Fani Willis. They had her father up there testifying as well on her behalf as a character witness. Sorry, my puppy is at my feet. Really cute. But yeah, and he was basically giving a testimony of how when he was an attorney, he told her to always carry cash because when Fani was little, he was with his family and they were in Boston or somewhere near Cambridge, I think Cambridge, Massachusetts, near Harvard University. And they wouldn't take his credit cards. They wouldn't take his traveler's checks. He went out to eat. He said that he remembered the bill came to $9.95 and that he had a $10 bill on him. And he also always remembered that story and conveyed to, his daughter, Fani, who followed in her father's footsteps in regards to the law, to always carry cash on her. And so, Sunny just let us know that it is not illegal for people to be in a relationship if they are co-counsel, even if they're opposing counsel, that's not against the law, right? So I'm, on one hand, it's very, like Joy said, it's juicier than Law and Order. This is very interesting. On the other hand, Fani said, again, she's like, I'm not the one on trial here. I didn't try to overturn the election, but what I am trying to do is my job, and I'm trying to prosecute those who did break the law. And so her dating Nathan Wade is not against the law. Her paying him, and Anna, chimed in as well. She's a lawyer too. Paying him out of public funds and the fact that they're saying that he's not specifically qualified to practice that area of law. And I'm not a lawyer myself, so I'm trying to follow the experts and what they're saying. But Anna just basically said, that Fani Willis being a woman of color, a woman, first of all, that would incur scrutiny. Her being a woman of color, people are going to kind of probe into her private life and just try to dig through, whatever, even more so. And I feel like that's really unfair. It puts an unfair burden on her, whether it's true or not. I'm not disputing what Anna said, because her and Sunny are both, Latinas, and Sunny's black, half black, and trying to practice law as a woman of color, I'm sure, is burdensome. And I'm sure that people would investigate and probe more into your life than if you were not a woman or if you were not someone of color. I just think that it is, it's dehumanizing, because it's basically saying you can't be human. It's basically saying you cannot essentially make a mistake because you're a woman of color. You can't have a relationship with your co-counsel, which again, Sunny clarified, and I'm glad that it's not against the law, but nobody can be perfect 24/7. That's impossible. We're all human beings. And so I'm glad that, Fani stood up for herself. She said, a man is not a plan, a man is a companion. Okay. And that's been like quoted 1,000 million times all over social media, but it's true, right? I think that as long as you are staying within the confines of the law, as long as you're not doing anything, illegal or hurtful, they weren't hurting anybody. I think that he divorced. I don't know. It's murky waters, but relationships are always murky because humans are essentially, we're messy, right? So yeah, I think that, this is, again, it's juicy. I'm glad that the ladies brought it up, and I wanted to bring it to you and just share my thoughts. But, Trump he's raising money because he just received another fine against him, right? He lost another case recently, $335 million, which he's actually, I think, actively selling sneakers, right? The gold ones, to raise money. But he's also, I think the GoFundMe is up right now, which is astronomical. I feel like only in our country can people collectively, come together and raise like $335 million, which is huge. I was wondering why on Twitter it was, boycott GoFundMe. And then I'm like, well, that's why. So again, our country is divided. I always like to hear both sides. As you guys know, I'm an independent. And I always like to kind of, put that caveat out there, because I don't want people to think that I'm on one side or the other. I voted for Republican candidates in the past, presidential ones. I voted for Democratic candidates in the past. I've not been alive that long to have that many presidents under my belt, but I still register as an independent because there are pros and cons to both of our parties. Unfortunately, the two-party system, I feel like we've outgrown it as a country, to be honest. Like, I'm a proud American, but I look at other countries and I feel like, it would do us really good if we had more candidates to choose from. I miss John McCain. I know when Meghan McCain was on The View, a lot of people found her annoying because she would always reference her father, but her father was a respected Republican. Like I remember one clip specifically where someone was going after Obama, saying that he was an Arab and he was this and he was that. Like, she was like, I don't trust him because he's a Muslim. Like, she wasn't disagreeing with his policies. And that's what John McCain essentially said. He took the mic from her. He's like, no, ma'am, like, we're not going to assassinate my political opponent's character. He's like, I don't agree with his policies, but he's an upstanding man, an outstanding citizen, father, husband. And he eventually won the presidential race. But I miss those days. I miss those days of respect and class, and the opposite of what's going on right now. But I just thought that this was really an interesting episode. I love the view, like I said, just trying to get caught up. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about, Fani Willis, her being on trial? What do you think about Trump and his sneakers? Have you guys bought a pair? I have not. I will not. They don't look like they're made very well, to be honest. But I think people are just supporting him rather than the merchandise, which is fine. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.